हैदर भाई, अगर ड्राफ्ट को देखें, सारा होमवर्क एंड एवरीथिंग सबको एनालाइज करें तो कराची किंग्स की काफ़ी स्ट्रॉन्ग हमें ऑन पेपर नज़र आ रही है। ड्राफ्ट के वाले से बताएं कि अब पूरी लीग स्टेज गुजर चुकी है, आपको लगता है कि जो आपने टारगेट हिट किए थे वो आपको सारे चेक मार्क आपको मिले हैं, और कितना इंपॉर्टेंट जो आपने ड्राफ्ट में होमवर्क किया था उसका कितना आपका आउटपुट मिला है?
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह काफ़ी सेटिस्फाइड हैं हम अपने ड्राफ्ट के काम के साथ, स्पेशली जो जब आप टीम कॉम्पोजिशन भी देखते हैं। आई थिंक हम उन वाहिद टीमों में से हैं जिनके शायद खैर हमारे तो शायद 21-22 खिलाड़ी भी आए थे बीच में, लेकिन 18 तक लड़कों को, 19 तक लड़कों को चांस मिला। जिन दो लोगों को नहीं चांस मिला वो कोइंसिडेंटली एक हमारे लेफ़्ट आर्म रिस्ट स्पिन थे और एक हमारे राइट आर्म रिस्ट स्पिन थे, क्योंकि अभी हमें जो हम एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे थे कराची में कंडीशंस, कराची में बहुत डिफरेंट कंडीशंस थी, लेकिन हमने अपने आप को कवर किया हुआ था। हमने हर किस्म की सूरत हाल को कवर किया हुआ था कि 3 सीमर्स खिलाने होंगे तो तब हमारी 11 क्या होगी, और हमें अगर जो रिस्ट स्पिनर कहीं पे खिलाना पड़ेगा या 4 सीमर जहाँ पे खिलाने पड़ेंगे, सो वी कवर्ड ऑल ऑफ दैट। जो चीज़ हमने सबसे बड़ा गैम्बल लिया था वो हमने लिया था पाकिस्तानी मिडल और लोअर मिडल ऑर्डर पर। जो अगेन वो यही था कि हिस्टोरिकली आप यही समझते हैं कि पाकिस्तान यहाँ पर स्ट्रगल कर रहा है या पाकिस्तानी प्लेयर्स यहाँ पे स्ट्रगल कर रहे हैं, लेकिन हम बहुत उसमें भी काफ़ी हमें प्रॉमिसिंग रिजल्ट्स मिले, क्योंकि खुशदिल ने मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द गेम्स अच्छा परफॉर्म किया। न्याजी ने हमें 2-3 बहुत अच्छी इनिंग्स दी, तो जब वो वाला एक एलिमेंट कवर हो गया तो नंबर 4 वाज द वन प्लेस जहाँ पर हम रिस्क ले सकते थे। तो उस सेंस में हम ओवरऑल बहुत सेटिस्फाइड हैं विद दिस, और रिजल्ट्स हमें, ऑब्वियसली बात है आज के रिजल्ट ने थोड़ी सी हमारी कैलकुलेशन ऊपर नीचे कर दी है, लेकिन रिजल्ट्स भी हमारे ऐसे ही हैं कि वी आर वेरी हैप्पी विद द स्क्वाड दैट वी कंपोज्ड।
Ravi, your team have conceded the second highest total in this PSL. How dented your confidence, the team confidence, losing match prior to the next round? And what were the options when they scored 150 without losing their first wicket? There must be option 2 and option 3 as well if they are scoring freely.
Never easy to take a loss. Never easy to concede 250 runs. It doesn't happen very often in T20 cricket. But I think you've got to give it to Islamabad as well. The way they came out and played, they played some great shots. Both of the openers played a great innings. It wasn't our best day with the ball today. I think everybody would admit that we got a few things wrong. But this game moves so quickly, and especially in this ground as well, things can happen quickly. You know, the boundaries are small, the ball flies on a good wicket. But it hasn't dented our confidence. No, this team is a very, very tight unit. Very tight unit. We spend a lot of time together. We enjoy the good times together, and we get together in the bad times. And at this point, I want to give credit to Islamabad the way they played. They played some very, very good cricket today.
My question was there any plan B?
Plan B for? Well, when them two were set. Well, on those conditions, we felt that we had to get the ball in the block hole, which we tried to do. Yes, nobody's going to bowl 6 Yorkers in a row. Hasn't been done consistently ever in the history of the game. But we went to that plan where we wanted to go full. We picked up a couple of wickets, and we thought we could squeeze. We did have a couple of overs period where we could squeeze and thought that we might keep them down to 220, 225. And then they had another big last over as well, which hurt us. Not ideal, I guess. Not the greatest day that we've had in a Karachi shirt, but move forward. We're still in the playoffs. We've still got an opportunity. We'll play against Lahore.
Yeah.
In Lahore. So, you know, we back ourselves. We might have to do it the hard way, but we back ourselves to go all the way.
Yes. Ravi, this is Muhammad Ali Khan, Bowl News. Welcome. Cricket is the sport that unites millions and millions of people. So how tough it was, you know, after a delay to come back to Pakistan. You've always been an integral part of PSL. So we always welcome you. So what was the atmosphere of the team? What was being discussed by you? And what was the confidence of the players? So I just want to know, was it tough to come back again?
Personally, it wasn't tough. Always happy to come back and play cricket. Cricket's the main thing, you know, it has been in my life for the last 30 years. So for me to come back and do cricket is never a tough decision for me. But there was a lot of conversations between myself and Heather about getting our full strength side back. Heather done extremely well by keeping in contact with all the overseas players. And that's why it's important to have a good relationship with your overseas players, because it would have been tough for them guys to come back. You know, some of them flew to Australia, New Zealand, England, and it is a tough decision to come back for a lot of people. But because of the nature of the relationship between the staff and the players, they all agreed to come back, and we had a full strength side, and we're very happy that we've got a full strength side. We even added new overseas to the roster as well.
And the one overseas who couldn't come was because the tournament dates shifted, and yet prior commitments post the 18th. So Kane couldn't come because of that. So I mean, we're grateful to all our overseas, and I'll take this opportunity to even thank our local players and the support staff because it wasn't easy. A lot was going on. The families were concerned with the uncertainty of the situation. So हम जहाँ पर overseas की तारीफ करते हैं, वहाँ पर अपने लड़कों की भी तारीफ करनी चाहिए, क्योंकि जो हमारे सारे लड़के हैं, they've been amazing ambassadors for Pakistan.
Headed by Abu Bakr bin Talat here, as you stated earlier that there were some discussions with the families of the foreign players as well. What were the discussions be like? And my question with the Ravi is, Islamabad lost their 4 matches before this game, and you guys have straight 10 losses against Islamabad. Will this stat will be in your mind while going into the playoffs?
Shall I answer the first?
You answer the first.
No, that stat wasn't in our mind at all. We didn't discuss that at all because it's in the past. We've got a new look Karachi side, new players, and the way we were playing some excellent cricket. We've played some brilliant cricket in the group stages. We were sitting comfortably in that top 2. Yes. Now when I look back at it, Islamabad beat us twice in the group stages. They deserve to be in the second place in our spot. They beat us twice. That's 4 points for them against us. So who can argue? You know, they would be sitting in their rooms tonight thinking, yeah, we deserve to be here. They won their first 5 games. They've played some good cricket. Yes, we've played some excellent cricket as well, and it was very close for that second position, but they got it in the end. And like I said before, we'll do it the hard way. You know, it's sometimes more satisfying, you know, if we win the next 3 and lift the cup.
With respect to your first question, to be honest with you, obviously there was a lot of personal conversations that were going on, but most of the conversations always were centered around the players having conversations with their families and loved ones. At no point in time did the players themselves show any reservation. It was just because, as you can imagine, the atmosphere was such that they were away from home, and the families, because, you know, they didn't know what the security situation was, because our security has been top notch. Everything, the facilities that have been provided to us. But again, जो दूर बैठा होता है उनके दिमाग में होता, तो it was more about them going back home and having a conversation. And that is why I'm glad they were able to go home, whether it was Australia, whether New Zealand, whether England, and so sort of like speak to their loved ones and then come back. So I'm grateful, as I said, I'm grateful to the players. एक जो आपने दूसरा सवाल रवि वाला किया, मैं सिर्फ एक बात आपको और बता दूं, PSL का नेचर ही है, क्योंकि ये साल बाद होता है, तो कंसेक्यूटिव लॉसेस अगेंस्ट अ टीम आप सोच नहीं रहे होते. हाँ, वो बैंटर के लिए अच्छी चीज़ बन जाती है सोशल मीडिया के लिए, लेकिन आप उस वक्त आप अपने ऑब्जेक्टिव्स बनाते हो. टूर्नामेंट के पहले 5 मैचेस जीतो, टॉप 4 पहले सिक्योर करो, फिर कोशिश करो 6ठा मैच जीत के टॉप 2 सिक्योर करो. तो आई डोंट थिंक उस सेंस में कोई स्पेसिफिकली टीम के बारे में सोचता है इस तरह.
Ravi, fielding standard wasn't up to mark in this PSL throughout, and today we have seen a lot of catches that have been dropped. So chances are very slim, you know, in the next round. I mean, you can't take that much risk. How are you going to cope up with this thing? I mean, specifically where players are dropping catches.
Sorry, I didn't hear the question.
You're talking about the fielding standards in this competition.
Yes.
And drop catches.
Yes, there's been a lot of drop catches, I agree. Especially in this venue. Some of the reasons for drop catches, sometimes in very thin air over here where the ball travels, it goes a lot higher. And obviously under lights, it's a lot harder to catch. The ball does come down at an angle generally, so you've got to get set in a position. It's not easy to catch high balls in these conditions. Which is why you've seen more drop catches here more than anywhere else. And I mean, drop catches happen. It's part of the game. It will happen today. It will happen tomorrow. It will happen for the history of the game. You know, no one's going to take every single catch. And if you've got people like, who I think is the best fielder in Pakistan is Niazi, and he can drop a high catch, then it shows how difficult it really is to catch for everybody. So yes, it's disappointing. No one likes dropping catches. No coach likes to see their fielders dropping catches, but it happens in the game and you just got to move past it. Don't want to make it a big issue. Keep practicing, keep getting better, and hopefully we'll catch all of them moving into Lahore.
Ravi Mushtaba from GTV. Ravi, you have played a lot of cricket here in Pakistan, but before the tension, Pakistan-India tension. Now, after coming back here, what's the difference? What you have felt after the attacks on Pakistan? How good is the atmosphere, or how is the crowd different now?
The atmosphere is brilliant. It's always been good. To be honest with you, I haven't seen a difference. Yet I just see that we had a 1 week break and then we came back. It feels the same. Nothing's different. Everybody's behaving the same. There wasn't no conversation really about the past few days. We've just got on with it. We've got cricket to play. We've got a tournament to play. We want to win. We're desperate to win the cup. So everything's just gone pretty smooth, to be honest.
हैदर भाई, दो बड़ी फ्रेंचाइज हैं जो मीडिया ऑनर्स भी हैं. एक फ्रेंचाइज दावा हमेशा करती आई है कि वो पाकिस्तान को नया टैलेंट दे रही है, प्लेयर दे रही है. कराची किंग के हवाले से कुछ ऐसी खबरें नहीं आती. पिछले 10 सालों में चले ना कहें, पिछले 2-3 सीज़न जो हैं, कराची किंग पाकिस्तान को कोई प्लेयर दे सका है? अगर नहीं दे सका तो इस हवाले से कराची किंग क्या काम कर रहा है? क्योंकि जब कराची का नाम आता है तो क्रिकेट, बहुत ज़्यादा क्रिकेट वहाँ पे मौजूद है. वहाँ पर भी बात होती है कि टैलेंट जो है वो सामने नहीं आता, उसके साथ भी नाइंसाफ़ी होती है. तो इसके हवाले से भी अगर कुछ आप बता सकें.
देखिए, पहले तो मैं इस क्वेश्चन पर मैं जेन्युइनली मैं स्टार्ट करूँगा तमाम तर फ्रेंचाइजेस की तारीफ से, क्योंकि देखें हर का कोई अपना प्लेयर डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम होता है. वो उस तरह पता नहीं चलता आपको. जब मैं मुल्तान में भी था तो हमारा भी एक स्काउटिंग नेटवर्क और एक प्रोग्राम था जिसमें हम लड़कों को थ्रू आउट सपोर्ट करके फिर उसके बाद उन्हें देखते थे ड्राफ्ट के लिए रेडी करें. कराची का अगर अब वही बात है कि डिपेंड करता है कि आप किस तर्ज से लेते हैं, लेकिन कराची का टैलेंट हंट प्रोग्राम, कराची के शहज़ादे, सिंध के शहज़ादे, ये सारे टैलेंट हंट प्रोग्राम्स पहले भी चलते रहे हैं, अभी भी इनफैक्ट चलते रहे हैं. और मुझे बल्कि कई दफ़ा बड़ा जब आप कभी पढ़ें, पूरी लिस्ट पढ़ें कि कौन कौन सा खिलाड़ी कराची का इमर्जिंग प्लेयर रह चुका है, तो आप थोड़े से ख़ुद भी हैरान रह जाते हैं. क्योंकि शुरुआत अगर आप करें तो मीर हमज़ा कराची के पहले इमर्जिंग प्लेयर थे, और उसके बाद मतलब 10 साल पुरानी मैं बात आपको बता रहा हूँ. और अगेन कराची से उसके बाद फिर इस मतलब ही प्लेड है. धानी कराची के शहज़ादे पे डिस्कवर हुए थे और मैं मुल्तान ड्राफ्ट करके ले गया था. तो अगेन वो डिफरेंट होती है सिचुएशन. लेकिन मैं आपको ये ज़रूर बता सकता हूँ कि रिसेंटली जो कुछ नाम ऐसे हैं जिन्हें प्लेटफॉर्म मिला है कराची से, वो इरफान खान न्याज़ी हैं. इरफान न्याज़ी पाकिस्तान 2 इमर्जिंग सीजन्स कराची के लिए खेलने के बाद पाकिस्तान खेले हैं. वे प्राउड ऑफ हिम. अब्बास आफरीदी पहला अपना PSL कराची के लिए इमर्जिंग खेले थे. मोहम्मद हारिस को मैच नहीं मिला था लेकिन ड्राफ्ट हुए थे. अबरार कराची के लिए पहले ड्राफ्ट हो चुके हुए हैं. तो ऑब्वियसली बात है, इट इज़ ऑल्सो मैटर ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन के कैसे हो रहा है. बट हम लोग कोशिश करें कि इस प्रोग्राम को अपना और ज़्यादा डेवलप करें, लेकर चलें. पिछले साल हमने बल्कि नॉर्दर्न एरियाज़ में एक टैलेंट हंट प्रोग्राम किया था और उससे 3 फास्ट बॉलर्स निकाले थे. उनमें से एक फवाद अब इस वक्त इस टूर्नामेंट में 149 कराई है जिसने. तो वी आर वर्किंग ऑन दैट. लेकिन आप बिल्कुल सही कह रहे हैं कि उसे उस तरीके से हम हाईलाइट नहीं कर रहे, लेकिन इंशाल्लाह ज़रूर करेंगे.
शाकिर वासिर हैदर भाई, यू आर द मेन पार्ट ऑफ स्ट्रेटेजिक डिसीजन जो कराची लेता है. कीपिंग दिस इन व्यू कि पिंडी में बैटिंग फर्स्ट वाले मैचेस बहुत जीते गए, 2 मैचेस बाबर आजम यहाँ यही फैसला करके हार के गए. सारा सिनेरियो सामने रखते हुए आज का जो ये डिसीजन था टीम का कि टॉस जीत कर फिर वही दोहराना है, इसके पीछे क्या स्ट्रेटजी थी? क्या आप यहाँ से अचीव करना चाह रहे थे?
जो असल में अचीव करना चाहते थे वो ये करना चाहते थे कि हम अपने आप को चैलेंज करना चाहते थे एज ए चेजिंग साइड, जो सच्ची बात है. और हम ये भी सोच के बैठे हुए थे कि वही वाली बात है कि कुछ चीज़ें आपकी गलत हो जाती हैं. हमने पहले लाहौर के ख़िलाफ़ भी चेज़ किया, फिर काफ़ी गेमों में हमें चेज़ करने की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ी. हम अपने आप को चैलेंज करना चाहते थे उसमें. और हमारी कॉन्वर्सेशन ये थी कि अगर हम चेस कर रहे होंगे तो हमने अगेन 50 रन का मार्जिन, अगेन वो मैं कह रहा हूँ ना, बहुत ही एक्स्ट्रॉर्डनरी रिजल्ट निकल आया और इस्लामाबाद को उसकी बहुत मुबारकबाद देने की ज़रूरत है। लेकिन हम यही सोच रहे थे कि हम अपने आप को उस प्रेशर में डालकर अपने आप को टेस्ट करें। ऑब्वियसली बात है, लेट्स बी वेरी वेरी ऑनेस्ट, हम लोगों ने शायद उस तरीके से अपने प्लान्स फील्ड में या बॉलिंग में एग्जीक्यूट नहीं किए जितने करने चाहिए थे। तो एंड हैट्स ऑफ टू इस्लामाबाद, लेकिन सोच उसमें यही थी कि प्लेऑफ से पहले एक अपने आप को इस टफ सिनारियो में डालकर चेज़ भी करके देखा जाए, क्योंकि देखिए टॉस आपके हाथ में नहीं होता। अगर आपको प्लेऑफ में एलिमिनेटेड में कोई भी टीम चेज़ पे डाल दे तो यू शुड ऑल्सो गो थ्रू ऑल ऑफ दैट। सो दैट वाज द मेन थिंकिंग एंड स्ट्रैटेजी बिहाइंड इट। तो ये वाली थी। प्लस वी फेल्ट हमारे बैट्समैन इतने हम अपनी बैटिंग पे इतना रिलाई कर रहे थे कि हम चाहें तो ज़रा इस चीज़ को क्लोज कर सकें, लेकिन दे जस्ट प्लेड एक्सेप्शनली वेल।
Ravi, since you are into coaching, your thought about Pakistan emerging talent, how good they are, and how to coach them, and how to groom them, polish them into a world beater.
I've been very impressed with some of the emerging batters that have come out of Pakistan this year, especially. You know, generally we've seen in the past emerging fast bowlers, you know, your 140 plus bowlers, but this year you've seen some very, very good batters come through, which is encouraging because some of them boys are big and strong. They can hit the ball, which hasn't been necessarily the case with Pakistan's top order. You know, it hasn't been six hitting and hitting the ball out the park, but you can see it now with some of the boys. They're able to hit the ball out the park. They're strong players. I think just got to work with the boys on a long, because they're still inexperienced. They're still going to learn, and they're still going to have their challenges next year when everybody knows the way they play. You know, there'll be research done on those players where they don't like playing, where they like to play their shots. So second year is always a tough year for any young cricketer. But we've got to keep encouraging the youngsters if you want them to move forward. You know, you got to have that culture of keep encouraging them, keep teaching them in a nice way, and help them move forward in the game. You know, that's my opinion.
Before we leave, I'll take this opportunity to thank the crowds here in Pindi, and they've been phenomenal. हमारे तो दोनों मैचेस में फुल हाउसेस थे, हालांकि हमें सपोर्ट नहीं कर रहे थे, लेकिन उसके अलावा we're also grateful to the staff at the Serena Hotel, the security people, because हमने यहाँ पर क्रिकेट से ज़्यादा वैसे बहुत टाइम स्पेंड किया है, तो we're grateful to everyone for this support and their hospitality, and we really, really look forward to coming back.
Oh, and another thing on the you mentioned about improving young players and stuff. I think one of the things that definitely can improve is training facilities. You know, there's a lot of training facilities here that can be made better, have better wickets to bat on, you know, in training sessions and that sort of stuff. If you look around the world, some of the best nations, they have very, very good practice wickets. You're not necessarily getting that in Pakistan at the moment. That needs to improve if you're going to have better players, because you're going to produce better bowlers, you're going to produce better batsmen. It's very difficult to improve if you haven't got good surfaces to play on. So that has to improve, and I think that will naturally make everybody a better player here. Brilliant crowd. They were excellent. They've come in their numbers. Anywhere else we've played, we haven't really had a full house apart from Lahore versus Karachi in Lahore. Apart from that, we haven't had a full house. But here, the crowd has come. They've been brilliant, especially in this heat as well. So thank you.